This is K's take, where culture, competition, and commentary collide. And basically, we're having conversation coming from two different generations, two different perspectives. I got Young Bull, and I'm over here, Unc. So we just over here just going to discuss what's going on with our beloved. Well, just to give you a heads up, we're diehard Raven fans, and so we want to have a conversation about that. And on our journey with this, with our channel, we're going to be discussing a lot of things with sports, specifically Ravens, but we'll move around and go with college, high school. We can even do even youth football and have fun with it as well because they compete as well. And Young Bull, I know he has his thoughts on that along with high school and myself with college, and I do follow youth football um, pretty extensively. But enough of that. We have an issue. Young Bull, you tell me what's going on with our Ravens. They're 1-5 right now. Um, what's your perspective, or how do you think, or how did we get here, or how can they get themselves out of there?
It's everything. The O line is horrible. Faalele can't block. He's big, but he's super unathletic. Our tackles, Lonnie Stanley keeps getting injured. Whenever somebody blitzes from the edge, Lamar's getting sacked. Like it's a total catastrophe. The defense, we're playing a soft cover two. Our middle backers, Roquan Smith, isn't looking as good as he did past couple years with this team.
Well, you know what? I would have to actually agree with you with that on with the O line statement with that sentiment. I mean, they've been absolutely horrible. The only time that they actually had a decent game was week two against the Cleveland Browns, and actually with that, they were rated as the offensive line of the week. But after that, I mean, it's been somewhat downhill. I mean, we're looking at week three, we're looking at Faalele with Pro Football Focus. They had a 59.9 in regards to his performance, as well as Vorhees at a 46.3 and an 87. And hey, just for you guys out there to have an understand, don't really know how it actually works. But Pro Football Focus, when they do these rankings that I just said for week three, um, 100 to a 90 is an elite player. 100 to 90. And then from 89 to 86 is a pro bowler. And then or I'm sorry, 89 to 85, but then an 84 to a 70 is a starter. So the numbers I gave you, I mean these individuals, they wouldn't even these are practice squad numbers. When you're in the 50s and you're in the 40s, I mean that's the reason why we have Lamar out here running for his life. They giving up the most sacks in the league at the time, third week three as well as week four. That's the issue. The O line is bad. The coaching, and the sad part is that I don't see any help um, in the near future for him because of what I really want to get at. I know we want to talk about the O line, but Eric DeCosta, the general manager, man, he's kind of really dropped the ball and allowed this O line to kind of fall apart and allowed the Ravens to be in a position there. And now you build a team from the trenches. I mean, what's your thoughts? I'm always thinking that the trenches they've gone real, quick, fast on the outside. A lot of skill position players, but my thing has always been, from my understanding, what I've been taught as from playing from way back when, and all the coaches I played with, they've always said you build your team from the trenches, and everything else spawns from that. And the victory, you have to have some dogs in the trenches. But I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I think the past couple of jobs just been failures. I mean, we got Rashad Bateman. He was a good receiver coming out of college. He did have some injuries. But I mean, we passed up on one of the best, if not, in some people's opinions, the best receiver in the NFL, Amon St. Brown. Um, then our defense, I mean, we're giving up 30 points per game in the first 5 games of the season.
Oh, real quick, when Ross St. Brown, hope I'm saying it correct, but what was he a second round draft pick out of U? I know he was out of USC. He's a West Coast boy, but was he second round or third round?
Might have been third. He was
Third.
third or second.
What year?
Definitely not
You know,
first.
remember what year he came out?
Rashad Bateman's here. That's all I remember.
Ah, okay. I wonder what year he came out because I know there's some years where they missed out on a lot of talent, and based off of the number of people they drafted. And I mean, if you're putting all that money, and I think, and I agree with you, St. Brown being our team now, that would actually be an upgrade to a Bateman for sure. That was kind of again Ravens not drafting good wide receivers, but I really thought that at the time when they went ahead and re-signed Lamar in 2023 and made him the highest paid quarterback in the league, that they would protect their investment and actually go ahead and protect him, almost like how KC does. All they do is look for linemen, or they're gonna go ahead into free agency and dump linemen. And they've even looked to go ahead into the Ravens building, to their locker room, to even take individuals from that team to go ahead. We let go of Kevin Zeitler. We let go so many old linemen that are Pro Bowlers or play at a decent level. That now we have, like you said, Faalele and Vorhees and I mean, the only person we have is a fragile Stanley and then you have Linderbaum. He does his thing, and again, I respect all these guys. He's a grown man trying to feed their families. Right now, what they're doing, based off of Pro Football Focus, not off of my opinion, yeah, they're kind of not doing that thing. They're not looking too good.
Now back to the O line. One O lineman that I see that has a lot of potential is Rosengarten. I see he's going up against players like Miles Garrett, and he's handling his own. I think last year was a better year, but I still think he has some improvement to do. Um,
No, no, no. I know with that, I definitely agree. A second round draft pick, Rosengarten. I don't know what school. That's bad that I don't know what school he came from. He's a second round pick, last year, 2024 draft. Um, yeah, yeah, he's he's not Stanley, he's not that blue chipper, but he's definitely someone to fill in, and you can build around him. Um, uh, yeah, can build around him and Linderbaum down at that center position, and then Stanley outside. These guards, man, we got to let these guards go because as soon as Lamar drops back, he's running, and they're not making any holes at all. Their run blocking is horrible. That's why um, Ricard is absolutely missed. He was basically an extra lineman, and I think he was covering up a lot of the weaknesses that we saw with these guards. That's why we're having the issues right now, even with Derrick Henry even getting going this year.
yeah, Rosengarten. I think he just hasn't fully come out his shell yet. But he's an amazing lineman uh, for considering the team we have right now. I think right now we have to get rid of Zach Orr. I mean, we have such a talented defense.
Ooh, you already went. You went defense already. We gotta hold on. It's an elephant. Hold on. I am not going to say I don't agree with you, but I want to go ahead since we won in five. I mean, that's a big that's like you say. How do you eat elephant? One piece at a time. Absolutely. I'm we could we can really go deep into this defense thing because it's pretty bad out there. But let's just I'll let you go ahead with the defense. I'm going to stay with the O line, and actually, I'm going to move from the O line and just talk about Eric DeCosta and who he's been picking. I'm looking at so since 2019, I can name the people he's picked, and you tell me what you think. I got Ben Powers in the fourth round.
Terrible,
Okay, um, Ben Brandonson, fourth round.
terrible.
Uh, 2021, Lola, sixth round.
Probably on his couch somewhere.
Vorhees, seventh round.
Horrible.
Should be on someone's couch. Ben Cleveland, third round.
Horrible.
That's all 2021. Let's go to 2020. We can't get to 2022. So again, Eric DeCosta has left the building in regards to building around the greatest talent that we've seen playing this position at quarterback, and they'll probably be saying that when he retires. I'll proudly say that he is generational. So now the next time we see somebody that they're gonna go ahead and draft, are you kidding me? Is after is what is 2024, and then we go with Rosengarten, and that's the second round. I mean, I think he's good. I mean, like you said that he's decent, and I agree with that. But then you let all these other people go. You let Kevin Zeitler and all these other individuals just walk out the building, and then you have what the then we have three this year, and all three of them. I don't even know really what this Emory Jones Jr. I mean, he's been trash. Um, I mean, yeah, these other guys. I mean, it's been bad, and we have a hurt quarterback. We have one of the worst pass run blocking offensive lines in all of the NFL, except for that one game against the lowly Cleveland Browns. I mean, Eric DeCosta, I know an Ozzie we trust, but I'm not really sure. Eric DeCosta is kind of strayed away, looked at all these little shiny little instruments that you can put on the outside that are running these 4-2, 4-3, well not 4-2, but 4-3, 4-4, these skill guys, not realizing that you have to create, form, and maintain those trenches for you to have anything going. I'm not even talking about the defensive side like you were talking about. And we can go defensive tap, but I'm just going to, but the defensive line on that end, but just the O line, you know, your dogs, your big boys down low. You got to have something going on down there.
Yeah. Now I'll shift back to offense. Now, one thing that I don't know why the Ravens did this was start Cooper Rush. We've already seen Tyler Huntley. We've already seen him play a couple games. He won us some games. He wasn't horrible. We have Cooper Rush playing, and he is terrible. I mean, we played him against the Texans. I thought we should have had a clue to take him out in the fourth quarter by then already. We didn't. We saw Tyler Huntley get some snaps, and he looked good. Cooper Rush, I don't know what John Harbaugh was thinking. I don't know.
He was not thinking. He wasn't thinking. And the sad part is that that's I mean Cooper Rush would have been good as a backup for the Steelers or maybe even for the I don't know, for, some robot, some Frankenstein quarterbacks that are the starters, like even the Cincinnati Bengals. But for the Ravens, where you're doing RPO, athletic quarterback, agreed. Tyler Huntley, that was a given. They should have found him as quickly as possible. And if you want to go get a really good another quarterback that's coming out of college to put on the practice squad, but they wasted money to get um, your guy Cooper Rush. I mean that, and I mean it showed. He looked lost. They only can use half of the playbook. Put Tyler Huntley back in there, then they're able to go ahead and open up the playbook as it's supposed to be, and actually put a spark to the offense at the end of the Rams game where he should have been in the whole time. He's throwing three picks one game, two picks another. He's looking lost. Yeah, no, the offense isn't built. The offense was specifically handcrafted for Lamar Jackson in mind, and to have that guy out there, yeah, we're 1-5 now. So, and we haven't won it. I think from the last time, the last take I heard was the last time we won a game without Lamar was in 2022 with the Atlanta Falcons, and I think we, I think we're gonna probably end up needing to pull up the Brinks truck, uh, and I think we need to re-sign Lamar before the season is out. Do not allow him to hit free agency, and basically promise him that we are going to go ahead and protect him and get some more O linemen in front of him the same way they treat Mahomes. If not, if they can't do it, as much as I love Lamar to be in a Raven uniform, I think they're going to need to go ahead um, and have him bid him farewell. And I only wish him the best. He's only done great things for uh, the Ravens, but his career is going to be hamstrung if he stays, like you saying, in this organization. If they don't start changing what they changing their outset or how they go ahead and start to formulate these teams.
Yeah, I honestly think that we're wasting Lamar's talent right now. I think if he went to another team, with a good old line team that knows how to draft, if we were to, let's say, switch the predicament the Chiefs are in with Patrick Mahomes for Lamar's, I think Lamar would honestly have more Super Bowls than Patrick Mahomes has right now. I think he would be succeeding more than Patrick Mahomes is in his career. I think we're just wasting talent at this point. I, if I'm being honest, I think like staying with the Ravens, unless we make a big change, wouldn't be the best option for Lamar.
Right, and that would be being selfish as a Raven fan. And every Raven fan knows um, deep down inside that if he were with Andy Reid, again, it speaks for itself in terms of the individuals he's made into Pro Bowl quarterbacks. And then imagine him with the talent with Lamar, the Alex Smiths, the Patrick Mahomes, the uh, did he do Brett Favre too?
I mean,
Did he help groom Brett Favre? I know he did Aaron Rodgers, but was he there for Brett Favre? No, he was Philly. He made Michael Vick a passer.
oh yeah,
He
oh
made
yeah.
Michael Vick a passer, and then on and yeah,
He's with a couple of teams.
yeah, he's with a couple of teams, and he made them. He definitely made quarterbacks, and he's familiar with turning, those athletic. So, yeah, that's a dream world or dream situation, I guess, for a KC fan. Now it'd be a nightmare for a Raven fan, but just thinking about um, what would benefit Lamar, him being with a coach or with an organization that would groom him or draft or have or keep him in mind in regards to their draft picks. And I think what they did, they had him in mind, but they truly didn't. I think they got away with what's um, a formula that's been tried um, and shown um, to be fruitful for those who've stayed the course in regards to building their team inside out. Again, you need the receivers, and I know it's always been a complaint. We haven't had um, Pro Bowl receivers and whatnot, but you still gotta have that. You still gotta have that O line to protect your biggest investment, especially if it's going to be Lamar. You got to protect him, and then also allow him to have a running back to give the ball to, at least to keep the defense honest, so they just know that it's not just Lamar getting it. So I think the Lamar and Henry is a good pairing. That's why they did so well. But I agree with you. They got to give the O line, the defense. Whew, that that yeah. I don't wish anybody's family to have to, or any man to be, out of work or not be able to feed his family. But I think maybe they might need to call up Ann Arbor and send them on out to Michigan, um, see if they can pull some strings. So I think maybe this football thing as a D coordinator in the NFL might be a little too much right now for Zach Orr at this moment. And some people can play the game well, but just having the feel and being able to go ahead and make those adjustments in game is nah. That. It's, right now doesn't seem like his thing.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I think Mike McDonald would be the perfect fit for the Ravens. Still, I think if he comes back, he can really affect the team. I would 1,000 times over and over again rather Mike McDonald than John Harbaugh any day of the week. Mike McDonald, when he was with the Ravens defense, I mean, he did amazing.
So if he, but the thing is though, if you let Harbaugh go, I mean, he's gonna have a job immediately as soon as he hits that parking lot. Bam, there's gonna be all types of teams falling over themselves. You talking about the Titans? You talking about the Panthers? Shoot, even the Cleveland Browns might even roll over and kick out the guy they have there just to bring him in. I agree with you. He's not an X's and O's guy, but yeah, they're gonna want the guy. I mean, would you mind playing against Harbaugh? Like having your coach against him? And then the thing is, the McDonald thing, yes, but he's in the second year of a 6 year contract. And also remember, we got Chuck Pagano that's in the building. Now I know he did Indianapolis Colts and he had his cancer scare. God bless that he made it through, but Pagano could take over. I mean, but McDonald is he they're 5-1. Seattle, he's not going anywhere. He's building something out there.
I think we just need to find a new head coach. I don't know if we're gonna go get a coach from the college football level, Penn State's head coach, but I don't know. I don't know. All I know is we need a head coach and a new defensive coordinator. I'm fine with Todd Monken. He's doing his thing. We're averaging a whole lot of points on offense with Lamar out there. I know when Lamar's not out there and we have Cooper Rush back there, we can't get anything going. But he's using the Ravens offense perfectly. I mean, 40 we're getting like 42 points with Lamar, but then the defense is letting up even more.
Well, nah, not more, but with Lamar, at least the first couple of games, they were averaging 37 points a game, the most in the league. But then the defense was giving up the most points in the league, and they were giving up the most passing yards and the third most rushing yards. They tightened it up a little bit more, but this last game they made it respectful. But you can't average, you can't score 40 points and lose in the NFL. This ain't little league. This ain't high school. I mean, we're gonna have those conversations in some future dates and have conversations about that. But if you score 40 points like we did against the Bills to start the season off, you can't lose the game 41-40, and because your defense gave up a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter. That's something that can't be done. And yeah, that's just not like nah, you can't have that. And then what the other game we scoring 30 some odd points and we still losing. Why? Because the defense can't hold its water. Like nah, that's no, no and no. Like you can't give up 33 points. You know, you held the Cleveland Browns to nothing, but throughout all those games, Lamar was still Lamar. The Ravens were still scoring points left and right. So I don't really know what to say. Like that defense is horrible, but uh, we're in a bye week right now, and I truly expect um, Harbaugh to grow a pair. I know, this is the perfect time to go ahead and slide somebody in there. If you slide somebody in there, that'll make it that much easier. Because if you slide somebody in there now, that gives you a week and a half to go ahead and get your system straight, get your calls straight. They're on break, they're on vacation. They're gonna come back rejuvenated after taking that 1 week vacation. They're not in the building right now on their bye week. They're with family, so they come back. They know Lamar's coming back after the bye week as well, so they're like, "Hey, all right, we need to make this run. We need to make this playoff one run. We got 5 losses, so basically we can only lose about two more of these things. Go 10-7, and go ahead and get this wild card, or even possibly win the division." Um, I don't trust old man Rodgers over there with the Steelers in terms of his health. I think that's going to fail on him at some point playing a full NFL season.
Yeah, that's gonna fail on him. Now back to foot head coaches. Would you rather have James Franklin, head coach for Penn State, well, former head coach,
Oh,
or John Harbaugh?
I'd rather have Franklin. I'd have rather have, because you're talking about a special teams coach as opposed to someone who people are vocal. Like, and then one thing is Franklin. He's able to communicate with the younger athlete. He just came out of the college ranks. He still has people, the Michael Parsons, who have who, feel a certain way, and I know there are a bunch of other players on the team that feel like he's been slighted. But nah, Franklin, for sure. Like I think your boy is his message is stale. I I'm looking at the Ravens giving up in front of at the bank at M&T Bank. I have never seen the Ravens get beat the way they've been getting beat lately at M&T Bank ever. And I've been watching the Ravens since sheesh before you were born, young bull. Like sheesh, like what 96. So what? Yeah, like yeah, forever
Yeah,
ago
they're back in Baltimore Colts.
at Memorial Stadium that first season. All right, they were still building M&T. So yep. Nah. I've never. That's the first time. That's the only time I've seen them do to give up scores like that. At Michael Jackson, you don't even know. Not the singer, not Beat It Billie Jean, but the wide receiver Michael Jackson. He's getting the ball tossed to him by Vinny Testaverde. Yeah, they were putting up a whole bunch of points and they had no defense, but that was expected. They were expansion team. They were coming from Cleveland, but this right here, nah, can't. Nah, this is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, this season is disappointing. I think it's not over yet. We just got to get back on track. The most amount of losses we can take this season is two after now.
So right now, I'm just looking at I'm looking at it. So I'm gonna just run down the team. So we got Chicago Bears when we come back
Lamar.
from bye. Lamar, Miami Dolphins. So that should be 2 wins because the Chicago game is at home. They go to Miami. It's a warm game. The Minnesota game, they should get them. Cleveland game, they got to get them. Not even they should. New York Jets, they should get them. Old Joe Flacco again. Bengals, they should get them. Then you have old Steelers. Old Man River.
I think we're gonna tie with them 1-1.
Okay, so that's one loss. Then we got Joe Flacco again with the Bengals.
No, when's that? Nah, what's his name's gonna be back?
December 4th, December oh you think Burrow's gonna be back
No,
December?
yeah, he comes back December 7th.
Okay, so he'll be back the week before then. Okay, so if the defense don't wake up, if Zach Orr's still coaching,
Then
that's a problem.
Jamar Chase, and then last time we already know what happened last time. We got a real. They scored like 40.
Man, like Wyclef, someone call 911. You don't know about that, young buck, but yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. And then yeah, because Jamar Chase put up what about 200 on us
Yeah,
last year,
200.
and then 100 something the second, the first game, and then 200 the second, or something ridiculous. Yeah.
He probably loves playing us.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
stacked
bonus,
it. Yeah,
bonus money.
stat sheet.
So now I'm looking at New England, which was once a given, is not a given, and that's December 21st.
I think it. I think it's. No, I don't think it's a given, but I think we'll win that game.
We well, yeah. O line, and then Green Bay defense, and then the Steelers to end it.
I think we won that last game against the Steelers.
And that one's yeah.
So I think the only games we lose are the Steelers and Green Bay. If
Steelers,
we lose to them,
Steelers and Green Bay. I think that that Patriots game is going to be a little interesting.
ah, I don't know. The Bills. I mean, I know they haven't just beat the Bills, but that was the most surprising one they've had. I think it's just matchups. Honestly, I think it's just matchups. I mean, Stephon Diggs went off for like 140 receiving yards, getting back at his old team he doesn't like. I mean,
Well, it's going to be interesting. This last run is going to be interesting. Well, I know uh, on this take, on K's take, we discussed a few things. We went from O line to the future to what Eric DeCosta has done to the coaching to um, Cooper Rush. But I think we're going to dive into a few, take a deep dive into a few some of these topics. I think we jumped in the O line pretty well. We might have to go back in there and see what it's looking like after hopefully Eric DeCosta makes a few trades and tries to shore some things up during this bye week because we can't waste Lamar Jackson, his youth. And can't fault that man if he decides he's like, you know what, I don't want to resign with this team, especially at the rate it's going, coaching wise and front office, and what's been brought around him. Yes, the old coordinator is great, but got to the O line from 2019 to 2025. I'm looking at like about eight guys, 8 Jags, except for Rosengarten. And Linderbaum. Linderbaum is not just a Jag, but other than that, now other than Linderbaum and Rosengarten, two guys over the last last 6 years in drafts, you got to do better than that, or you got to go ahead and get them out of free agency. But I think we talked a few things. Well, you got anything else you want to get off your chest, or you want to say or tell the people?
nope, nope. Think we had a good discussion. Went over a couple of things. Got some things off our chest we had to say about the Ravens. Um, I think we both had very good takes. Hopefully, you know, if we talk about the Ravens next week, we can talk about well,
Well, I'm
yeah.
not listening. I'm not sure about you. But I hear what you saying, but nah, I ain't get hardly anything off my chest yet. I'm just talking about old line Eric DeCosta and him being a trash general manager. Again, um, being respectful, but in the same instance, um, that's the work he's doing. He might be a fine young man. He might be a great, great father, great husband, but the job he's doing is absolutely trash right now. This the last 6 years, and um, I know Ozzy's in his back is in his ear to help him out, but this doesn't look like anything that I've seen being brought into Baltimore since Ozzy's left. I remember Lamar being the last first round pick that he brought in, and a few others. Um, and he's got a few other cute picks, but I give you example. Man, you got me going again. Sheesh. So I'm thinking about we got this trash queen. I mean, he's one of the worst middle backers in the whole NFL. So we got to get Roquan. Like come on. And Matt BK, that was a good one. You know, but Duvernay, where's my man at right now? And I mean, again, he's probably a fine young man, an excellent family man, good husband, good brother, good son. But I have no idea where Duvernay is right now in the league. And if you could tell me, you know, APB with all points bulletin, we got to find this man. because he was drafted as well in that 2020 class. And again, some of them picks right there, other than Matabike, Queen, and Duvernay, come on, we're gonna use that O line. O line, protect your $260 million investment in a generational talent. But nah, I digress. I agree with you. We got off something, but not everything.
Now, yeah, mostly for me, what I need to get off my chest is the defense. We'll talk about that on a different take. And one other thing that I've noticed, if we were to keep Marquise Brown and let's say we're back at to the same draft class we were with Zay Flowers, we would have had somebody possibly like Quentin Johnson. Now, Quentin Johnson last year wasn't a good receiver at all, but this year he's doing amazing. I mean, we've missed a couple of receivers, and the reason why I think we would have got Quentin Johnson is because he will go up and get the ball. Marquise Brown's uh like 5'8", 5'9", just a go ball receiver. If we were to get Quentin Johnson,
Hold on, that was a TCU receiver, right?
Quentin, yeah,
Yeah, so I do remember that. I remember that draft, and I remember, yeah, because Quentin Johnson was one of the top, and we could have gotten him, but we didn't.
we got Zay
We
Flowers.
got, yeah, we went and did we get Zay or was it Marquise?
It was a
It was Zay. Okay,
Marquise had already been traded.
right, and so yeah, and so
We would have had Quentin. I think we would have got him red zone target, like we just got DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, that's my take on it.
no, I'm with you. I'm with you. In hindsight, I think you know Zay, he's still doing well. He had a rough game. He had those two fumbles, and but it's a little wet out there. And I even watched a few college games. And balls were flying all over the place. I even saw a few high school games where the ball was hitting the ground on a few occasions, but they're not making sure that the tip of the football is not pointing towards their chin, you know. But hey, it is what it is. So I had a good conversation. I was able to let a lot of this stuff off my chest. Um, But I appreciate you guys listening in on our little banter. I think next time we're not going to be as cordial to one another. We're going to have start disagreeing because again, we're from two different generations. So I know at some point we're going to start butting heads. But I think it's a consensus with this O line and the defense and DeCosta and even with the coaching. Changes is going to need to be made. Uh, at the highest level. And anytime there's a problem within an organization, it starts from the top. But if you like what you heard, if you interested or like K's take, please like, comment, or subscribe. And we'll be back here again in the very near future discussing either Ravens, high school, college, you name it, specifically football right here all year round because football played year round. That's it. Even dealing with recruitment and drafts as well as the combine. We're in all that stuff. But again, thank you again for joining us. Look forward to have you come back again. As I said before, like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to seeing you again on K's Take.